Mic check 1 2. It's the Y2K collector with a late night thought. Do video game YouTubers hype certain video games for their own benefit? Now, this is a question that I've seen, or really like an idea that I've seen floated in the comment section amongst a lot of YouTube channels. All across YouTube, I've seen this kind of, insinuated. And I kind of thought about the question and I wanted to give my opinion on it, and kind of just give my views. Now, you really can't paint YouTubers with a broad brush because, one, YouTubers come in all shapes and sizes, not just as individuals, but their channels are also vary in size, but not only in size, but also in demographic. The people that follow Retro Rick may not follow a, Phoenix Resale, or folks that follow, let's say, a Heckin' Steve may not follow JRPG Life. Folks who follow Mort's Garage may not follow the Y2K Collector. It just varies all across the board. And you have very large YouTubers, very small YouTubers, and those who fall somewhere in between. On top of that, you have YouTubers who are collectors, and keep the games that they buy. And then you have YouTubers who are, in fact, resellers, and they use their YouTube channel and YouTube presence as another means of just marketing their business. So it all depends on who the YouTuber is, what it is they do, because you also have YouTubers who have decent sized channels, but they still work. They still have a regular 9 to 5 job. And YouTube for them is more hobby than anything else. So I think when you ask the question, you have to first look at the YouTuber themselves and say, okay, well, what would a YouTuber like this benefit from hyping up a certain games or a certain platform or something of that nature? Now, I will say that if it's a YouTuber who has an online store, who runs an online shop, and, perhaps they have a certain, type of inventory, I could see where hyping up a certain type of game or games from a certain platform might benefit them, because obviously it'll drive more interest in, that platform, and they may be able to sell some games if they're able to advertise on their channel that they have these games. You have other YouTubers who directly, like, not even, they don't even try to be low about it. They're right in your face, letting you know, hey, after this video, I'm having a whatnot. Now that's just you leveraging your YouTube channel specifically to generate sales. And to be honest, I'm not going to knock a person for doing that, especially if you have a large enough following. It would be in your interest to leverage your YouTube channel that way. But then you have folks who just are really excited about a particular genre of games. Right now, the Xbox 360 is all the rage. Everyone's talking about Xbox 360 games. Everyone's talking about how you should go and pick up Xbox 360 games and how you should add 360 games to your collection. And it's crazy because these are the same 360 games that people had access to a year ago and nobody really gave a damn. But now, because of the stores closing, as well as a bunch of YouTube videos, the interest is starting to rise. Now, I'll be honest with you, I don't think that prices are rising as fast as some YouTubers might lead you to believe, because I don't think that there's this mad rush on Xbox 360 games. I have a very small Xbox 360 collection, which you can see here, and it's going to stay that way for the most part unless I, by happenstance, happen to run into a 360 game that I like or want. But I'm not going anywhere looking for 360 games. I'm not hunting for Xbox 360 games just because I wasn't hunting for them before, and I'm not going to start now just because the store is closing. Primarily because a lot of those games that are on the 360 store, you'll still be able to take advantage of on the Xbox One live service or any one of the other Microsoft consoles. Now, granted, yes, there are some 360 games that once the store closes will be lost forever, but I'm not really that hard pressed to figure out what those are. If they were that important to me, I'd probably know what they are already. And I personally, as I guess a YouTuber, which you can say I'm a YouTuber now, um, I get no benefit from hyping up something like Xbox 360 games, nor do I benefit from giving my opinion on PS4 games when I say that I don't think they'll be worth that much in the future. To me, there's no monetary benefit for talking about these games. All I'm going to do is give you my honest feelings, thoughts, and opinions on these things. And then I leave it to you to decide whether you decide to voice your comments in the comment section, or you leave my video just asking yourself questions. And that's really what my page is about. It's funny. On one of my last videos, somebody asked me if I just pull up my phone and ramble. And you know what? Yeah, sometimes I do. Because that's what this page does for me. If you go back to some of my very first videos, when I first launched this page during COVID, this page was an outlet. It was a great way for me to share how video games was getting me through the pandemic. It's like a video diary. I guess that's what a vlog is in essence, right? And so the people who follow my channel, I don't think you follow me for gaming news because you've got Spawnwave for that. I don't think you follow my page for expertise on gaming because you've got so many other channels for that. I think anyone who will take the time to sit and listen to me talk or just listen to anything that I have to say, it could be because it's just, it stimulates thought. Maybe it makes you think about games in a way that you haven't thought about them before. Maybe it sheds some perspective on something that you already were thinking about. And to me, that's the beauty of having the type of YouTube channel that I have, where I just kind of share thoughts. Of course, once a week, I try to put together a more formal video where I show you what I'm doing in terms of video game hunting or maybe some of the games that I'm playing. But overall, no matter what console or system I'm talking about, whether it be the NES, the Super Nintendo, GameCube, Xbox 360, PS4, Switch, for me personally, there's no benefit because I mean, I do sell online. I have sold games online, but not in a way where I'm going to benefit from talking about a game because I don't even share any of my online stores with any of my subscribers or anyone who watches my channel. I like to keep those two things separate, very much so, very much intentionally. So, but again, I'm just a small YouTuber, right? Yes, we're coming up on 3,000 subs. Shout out to the Y2K crew. Thank you for listening to me ramble. I appreciate all 2,900 of you who tune in on a daily/weekly basis. But yeah, I get no benefit from, at least financially, from hyping up or downplaying any consoles or systems. I like what I like. I don't like what I don't like. And that's the beauty of the country we live in, right? We have the right and freedom to do that. Just like we have the right and freedom to watch what we want to watch. If you want to watch something, you can watch it. If you don't have to. That's the beauty of where we live. That's the beauty of this day and age. And so, when it comes to whether or not YouTubers benefit from hyping up certain video games, like everything else and like everything in life, in some instances, the answer is yes. And in some instances, the answer is no. It's up to you as a viewer to take a look at the YouTuber holistically, right? Don't judge, not judging them based off of one video, but kind of looking at their body of work, looking at their history, judging their temperament, the undertones of their messages, if there are any ulterior motives in what they're saying, or if they're just giving you their thoughts and opinions. And as the viewer, you kind of have to determine whether or not what they're saying is to benefit them in some way, or not. And then go from there. And then at the end of the day, even if YouTubers are hyping up a game, even if every single video game YouTuber tonight, specifically at 11:30, jumped on and said, you need to buy this game right now, are you actually going to do it? Or are you going to think about it and say, and ask yourself, why do I need to buy this game right now? Is it just because someone on YouTube told me to do that? Or is it because I actually want, like, or need the game? And I think that's, that's kind of what we need to get back to is critical thinking for ourselves, not following the hype train, and doing you, right? Doing what you want to do, buying the games you want to buy, going where you want to go, viewing what you want to view, listening to who you want to listen to because it's what you want to do, right? And that's what makes you you. So shout out to everyone in the gaming community, whether you're a collector, a reseller, a YouTuber, regardless of what you do, shout out to you for doing something. Um, a lot of times, the people who talk the most aren't doing anything. They're just talking. Yeah, I'm talking right now, but I'm talking to a group of individuals who I think also like to converse. And I can tell by some of the comments down in the comment sections. I just put out a video asking whether or not where you live does where you live determine whether or not you're able to get good games. And I heard from people in Northern California, Southern California, Utah, Maine, overseas, everyone just sharing their perspectives on what they're seeing in their local areas. And that's the beauty of this channel, is when people can come together and just kind of share their experiences, share their thoughts, talk in the comment section, and just come together and just kind of go back and forth, share ideas. We learn, and I learn from so many of you because, again, I don't have all the answers. I don't know everything about gaming, and a lot of times you all just educate me down in the comments, especially if I say something wrong or fumble, or I'm trying to record something at like 5 a.m. or at 11:30 p.m. after being up all day. You all jump down in there and kind of just give me the heads up and let me know if I'm off on something. So again, do YouTubers hype up games for their benefit? Some do, not all, but some do. But at the end of the day, whether YouTubers do that or not, use your own brain and decide for yourself whether or not a game is worth your time, effort, energy, or attention. But that's my little soapbox for tonight. I'm the Y2K Collector. Go get some sleep because I'm going to. Take it easy.